for sure. Already going. So here there is very beautiful point that mentioned by Srila Prabhupada. So I'm going to make those points because this is all about hearing. The Saunakandi Rishi are inquisitive, they are asking questions because they want to hear about a great personality. So our question can be about Krishna or Krishna's devotee. Both are glorious. When we talk about Krishna and we talk about his devotees, both are like Harikatha. It is not that when you speak about Krishna, that's only Harikatha. No. When we talk about Parikshit Maharaj, when you talk about Amrish Maharaj, when you talk about Prahlad Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, and so on and so forth, it is all Harikatha. It's all Harikatha, right? So, Prabhupada puts here a very important point here. He says, Maharaj Parikshit knew, is in purport Prabhupada mentioned, knew that the curse of the Brahmana son upon him was unjustified, as everyone else knew, but he did not want to counteract it because he knew also that the age of Kali has begun and that the first symptom of age, namely degradation of the highly talented Brahmana community, had also begun. So now, this is glorification of Parikshit Maharaj. That how exemplary he was. He had all the power. The powerful person is not one who uses his power. Just like that. No. Powerful person is the one who restrains his power and uses only when he has to protect some weak person. Not like that. This is very important. Otherwise, what's the point in power? I can just, that's what happens today. All the people who are wealthy, they want to become wealthier. People who are powerful, they want to become more powerful by snubbing down the lower. Yes, Hare Krishna. But Parikshit Maharaj was not like that, right? So let's ask questions. I have a question. Now this is going to be some questions today, okay? You cannot just keep here. So tell me about how we talk about three things: birth, activities, and the death of Parikshit Maharaj. How it is glorious, one at a time, and one activity. So the birth. Let's talk about birth. Why it is glorious? Yes, Monica.
Because Krishna himself protected him.
Wonderful. Krishna himself protected him. Very good. So Krishna protected him. Okay. Activities.
He heard.
You heard Srimad Bhagavatam? Okay. What else? Activity almost at the time of death. So activity, yes.
He inherited the kingdom that Yudhisthira won, so he was the emperor of the world during his life.
Yeah. He's the emperor of the world. But what did he do during that time? That's activity. That's a position. That's good, but what did he do in that? He subdued Kali. Right? That was his activity. He stopped him from entering. Then he made sure that, oh, Kali has so many benefits, let's bring him in. But he ensured that he is in certain areas only. Right? He did all that. So his activities are also very clear. And of course, you mentioned about Srimad Bhagavatam during the death time. Hearing Bhagavatam is the greatest thing that one can do. Right? That's what whenever devotees depart, what people usually come and do. They come and do Harinam, they read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, all these things. This is all glorious. So now let's connect this to Srila Prabhupada's life. Okay? So how Srila Prabhupada's life is glorious? Please explain life, birth. We all should know about Acharya. If not, please read up it. Yes. How his life is, birth is glorious.
He was born day after Jagannath.
Yeah, Nandosa. Okay. And then what was he doing in his childhood?
He was worshipping a small Radha Krishna
Small Radha
deities.
Krishna. And he was doing?
Rath
Rath
Yatra.
Yatra. Yeah, he was doing all this. He was a very child. Look at his birth and the childhood is there. So he's very glorious, right? Okay, about his life. I mean, we can talk so many things, right? Yeah, but let's bring some points quick.
Yes. He started the ISKCON Hare Krishna.
ISKCON started, alright. What else? Yes?
He wrote and translated all
All the scriptures, yes. Yes.
He started the Back to Godhead magazine.
Back to Godhead magazine. Yes, very nice.
They established so many temples. So
Yeah, he
we
did
are
so many
here.
temples worldwide, yes.
He like banished the Maya philosophy.
Okay, yes. So his life is, he found a guru, he made his con, all the books and all that, so many things, life is so good. And what about his death? Where did he leave his body?
No.
Now.
In which one?
November.
Kartik.
Kartik.
Kartik. And how was he surrounded by?
Devotee.
Devotees.
Doing what?
Chanting.
Chanting, kirtan. He was translating. Look at this. How? What? Look at the glorious life. We can connect dots from acharyas to the previous kings and all that. How wonderful this life is. And we are in this moment. We are devotees. We are so fortunate. Our fortune or our glory is only because we accepted this. Our glory is not because we are chanting all that. Please. That's not our glory. Oh, we are chanting, we are wearing this, that, and all that. That's not our glory is because we accepted this process. That's it, our glory. Okay? So, that's what it is mentioned here. So, this is how they are inspired. This is the inquiry. This is how the inquiry should be. No, tell me about this devotee. How was he doing? What is he doing? This is the inquiry. Right? Okay. So obviously Maharaj Parishit Goliath because Srimad Bhagavatam got manifested. See, for different incarnations has to come, different kalpa, different yuga has to happen. Right? Varadev came, Nrsimhadev came, they all came in different yuga. But when Parikshit Maharaj heard Bhagavatam, they all appeared at the same time. How wonderful it is, isn't it? All the main 10 incarnations came in Srimad Bhagavatam. So he was able to bring Bhagavatam to all of us. That's why his Parikshit Maharaj was so glorious. Right? And obviously, another glory is that he made a mistake, but it was not really a mistake also. And he was cursed just for Anjan, but he did not react to that. Now these are glories. Right? When we talk about tolerance, tolerance is about not just tolerating when we are comfortable. Tolerance is about how we behave during a provoking situation. That is a tolerance. If there's a provoking situation and we, like a soda can, open, boom, then that's not tolerance. Right? We are tolerant against some powerful person. That's not tolerance. We should tolerate someone the weaker person. That is tolerance. But Parikshit Maharaj, absolutely, he had power to counter curse, but he did not use that power. Right? So, Parikshit Maharaj, life, his birth, his death, everything was so glorious. So, we are going to hear about him, how fortunate we are. Look at this, we are hearing about such a great person. So much to learn from him, right? Now, in this third sloka, right? So, they all want to hear. What do you want to hear? So, let's read, please read the translation.
We all respectfully want to hear about him, Maharaj Parishit, to whom Shukadeva Goswami imparted transcendental knowledge. Please speak on this matter.
Yes. Right. So this is a very beautiful point. See, they all want to hear. They are all inquiring, one after another, asking questions. Right? So, here, Prabhupada writes a very beautiful purport. I'm going to take some viewpoints on that. And we can. So, we all should be eager to hear and ask questions. Okay? Because sometimes we say, yeah, whatever you speak is okay. That's also fine. But we should all inquisitive. I want to hear about this thing. Can we talk about it? Like that. So, here, the great hearer of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? In Bhagavatam itself, there are great hearers are described. They're asking about, like for example, Vidur asking Maitreya Muni, can you talk about Swayambhava Muni? Swayambhava, because he was great emperor, he was Adi Raja. So can you talk about him? Like that he's inquiring, right? There are people asking about Narad Muni's life, Vyasadev's life, Sukadeva Goswami, who is he? These are the questions which are coming in Srimad Bhagavatam, teaching us that we should be inquisitive. We should ask and go deeper into our study of Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? So, the benefit of hearing, Prabhupada mentions in the purport, is that both get benefited. Both get benefited. One asking question and others who are hearing also. Like say, Ramananda Prabhu asked questions. It's okay. I want this question. Then everybody who's hearing here will also get benefited by the answer and question, isn't it? So now question for all. So I'll get benefit. Okay. So tell me the effect of bona fide hearing is mentioned here. Give me example from Srimad Bhagavatam where somebody is asking question and some others are hearing and they are getting benefited. Okay.
Narad Muni and Yudhishthira Maharaj,
And who benefits?
all the Pandavas, when Vishnu Pitama comes and he made sure that Yudhishthira Maharaj knows about that.
Okay. Okay. That's also a good example. Yes.
The Bhagavatam itself, like Parishad Maharaj is asking questions to Sukadeva Goswami,
Yes.
and all the sages who are sitting there, they are benefited. And actually, one of them, Sukadeva Goswami, who hears that, and then he propagates that knowledge to others.
Exactly. Yes. Sukadeva Goswami is sitting in the assembly. He's just hearing. And he's mentioned, I don't remember the word he mentioned. I think he's Shruti Dhara or something. Shruti Dhara, right? Like he's one who hears his rapt attention. See, it's not that only Parishit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami did not sleep and eat and drink and all that. Everybody were hearing with rapt attention. Nobody moved. In normally in Bhagavad class, people start getting okay, let's start doing. Because suddenly the smell start coming in, people start waking up. People are that. No, here everybody, rapt attention. This is how the hearing should be. So, yes. And there is another incident. Anybody recollect that? From Srimad Bhagavatam? Yes.
It may be wrong. Okay.
No problem. Nothing right.
Like when killing of Shishupal and like Yudhishthira Maharaj inquired from Narada what will happen to the Shishupal after leaving the like he left his body and he entered into the Brahma intelligence, and then Narada also told that after that he went to Loka.
Yes. So these are the benefits. So more, what our context was that when you benefit, you also share. So we are talking about. So this example perfect fits there. Other example is when Krishna is giving instructions to Uddhava, Maitri Muni is here. And then Maitri Muni shares his knowledge with who? Vidur. So that's how the benefits of comes. See, this is the Krishna is talking to Uddhava, Maitri Muni is hearing. He is just a passerby. He is, oh, this is Pangay going on, let me hear this. He hears it. And he does it. The second example which Mohan Prabhu gave was that when Parishit Maharaj is hearing, Sukadeva Goswami is hearing, and then he gives back in the meditation to all the Chandrakali. So this is a beautiful thing that we should hear and we should share. If you want to learn and if you want to make our learning faster, share with others. If you want to learn more and faster, whatever we learn, we should share with others. That's the best way to learn faster. Okay? So that's what it is there.
That word is Ugrasrava.
Ugrasrava. Shruti Dhara is Ugrasrava. Yes, thank you.
Voracious hearer.
Yeah.
So Ugrasrava, right? His word comes in Bhagavad. Ugrasrava is so much hearing, so much love in hearing. Right? So that's what it is mentioned. And in the Bhagavatam, it's a combination, it's not just about Krishna Katha. There is a Katha about his devotees also. We have Baladev, we have Lord Ramachandra, we have Parshuram, all the mentions are there. But if you see, the devotees are equally spread across every canto. So every canto has some glorification about devotees. If you see the 9th canto, the Nrsimha comes in the 8th chapter. The 7th chapter, first 7th chapter is all Prahlad Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu and all that stuff. Nrsimha comes only in the 8th chapter. He comes, he kills Hiranyakashipu, that's it. And then he sits on the throne. And then Prahlad Maharaj is offering parade in the 9th canto. Then he finally speaks few words. And that's it. And then one sloka in the 10th canto, 10th chapter, and then nothing else. So if you see, Krishna gives equal screen time, probably more screen time to his devotees than himself. Because Krishna wants to glorify his devotees. By that we get inspiration. If we keep hearing about Krishna, 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 then okay, but what about devotees? What are his followers doing? So, glories of ISKCON is not about Srila Prabhupada, he did this. Glories of ISKCON will be what we collectively do all together. How are we behaving? How are we treating others? How are we chanting? This is the glorification of ISKCON, not Prabhupada will. Prabhupada will, then what? Then what happened beyond that? So we all have to take this process very seriously, very sincerely. Then we can make progress. Then we can make Prabhupada proud. So look at this, all the devotees are making Krishna proud. That they are behaving so exemplary that we all want to read again and again and again. Isn't it? So, therefore, we should be very sincere in what we do. Okay, let's go to the next verse. Yes, you read? Yes, please.
Persons who hear from a spiritual master with great labor and for a long time must hear from the mouths of pure devotees about the character and activities of pure devotees. Pure devotees always think within their hearts of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, who awards his devotees liberation.
Yeah, so this is from third canto. I just brought this because here it talks about importance of hearing. This is the importance of hearing. Who we should hear from? From anyone? From Mayavad? No, we should not hear from anyone. We should hear from Parampara. The people, the devotees who are in the Parampara, we can hear from them, but not outside. There are people who want to hear about anybody, there are some devotees and there may be great sages, no offense to anyone. But we should not hear them because we are in Parampara. If we hear anybody, they speak nicely and all that, it will spoil our bhakti. Right? So we should definitely not do that. We should hear in the bona fide Parampara. This is very, very important because in the youth, we all have habits, we want to explore. We are in the exploration mode. We want to hear a little bit here and we go here, we hear, like that, and then we are nowhere. So we should make sure that we hear from proper Parampara, and that's what Bhagavad is also telling us. Okay? So now let's go to the fourth shloka. So, yes.
Shri Sutta Goswami said, Emperor Yudhishthira administered generously to everyone during his reign. He was exactly like his father. He had no personal ambition and was freed from all sorts of sense gratification because of his continuous service under the lotus feet of the Lord Shri Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. Now the question is about Parikshit Maharaj's birth. Here Sutta Goswami is talking about Yudhishthira Maharaj. Why? Because when you want to know about a person, you talk about his background, that from where he came from, which family belongs to, right? So therefore, this is a perfect background to describe the Parikshit Maharaj's glory. That how his grandfather is so glorious. His grandfather is so glorious, and his qualities are being described. Therefore, Parikshit Maharaj will have those qualities. Then we can say, oh wow, isn't it? That's what is here is happening. So in this particular shloka, the glories of Yudhishthira Maharaj is described. What are those? He is Abhipala, means what? He is administered generously. He did not exploit his people. No, he was very, very generously he was managing them. Then he was Pitra. Pitra was like a fatherly figure. Father, what does father do? Father will always protect the child, no matter what. Isn't it? So if a leader is like a father, all the people, all the subjects, citizens of the country, kingdom, he is protecting them like a father. Like Krishna is father, supreme father for all of us. He is protecting. So here, Yudhishthira Maharaj is doing exactly like that. Pitra. Then what is he? He is Praja, Rajanya Praja. He is the citizen. He makes the citizen happy. Giving them freebies and all that? No. He makes sure that they become spiritually advanced. He makes sure that they have the necessity. He ensures that they have a protection which they need. Right? That's what we all need. Right? So, Yudhishthira Maharaj ensure that all this is given to them. Because if you have worry, then we cannot make progress. Right? So here, Yudhishthira Maharaj is giving this beautiful leadership qualities. These are the qualities that every leader should learn to imbibe. As a leader, if I'm a leader of a community, of an office, or in a society, or a small group of people or devotees, I should be developing such wonderful qualities. See, Bhagavatam has got everything that we need to know and to lead our life very wonderfully. It's only that we need to turn the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam and study. Right? And then, what was he? He was Nispruha Sarva Kamebhyo. He was free from personal desire and sense gratification. A lot of time we have personal desire. What are desires? I'm a leader, so I should get glorification. My name should be mentioned. Right? People should come to me first, then going to somebody else. These are the way the leaders want them to be glorified just like that. But that's not real glory. This is no attachment. Right? So that's what it is mentioned. That these are the qualities that one should try to develop. Very, very important point. Otherwise, what happens? We will become exploitative leaders in this world. That's what we see today. Every leader is exploiting one another. Nobody wants, or nobody rather cares for their people. They just want about their life, their comfort, their family, immediate family. That's all they think about. Nothing beyond that. Because they are not taken to the Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada mentions in the introduction of this Srimad Bhagavatam, he mentioned, and I'm going to repeat that. He says, there's a need for the science of Krishna in human society for all the suffering humanity of the world, and we simply request the leading personalities of all the nations to take to the science of Krishna for their own good, for the good of the society, and for the good of all the people of the world. Prabhupada is urging to all the leaders, please take to this process. For what? For good of themselves, good of the people, and good of the whole world. Prabhupada's vision, look at his vision. It's so glorious. So, Prabhupada is talking about all these things, right? And then he was Krishna Pada Sevaya. Krishna Pada Sevaya. He is serving the lotus feet of Krishna. That means he just wants to continuously serve Krishna and nothing else. Right? Now, one important point that I want to make here in the verse number 6 will come, but let's talk about this. So let's read this verse. Okay? Yes.
Prabhu, can you explain the first one again? The
Administrative generally, yes. People are like generously means he's ensuring that everybody is taken care of in abundance. It's like, see, a king is not just taking care of human beings. A king also takes care of all the living entities in the kingdom. It includes animals, birds, everything put together. This is a very important thing. King doesn't mean he just taking care of the human being. No. Today people have very less tolerance about other living entities. Nobody talks about them. Nobody cares about them. But to maintain the ecosystem, to ensure that every entity, there is a Paramatma. So they have also right to live. They have right to exist. But the people forget that. So that's what it's all about. Okay? So let's go and recite this verse, please.
News even reached the celestial planets about Maharaj Yudhishthir's worldly possessions, sacrifices by which he would attain a better destination, his queen, his stalwart brothers, his extensive land, his sovereignty over the planet Earth, his fame, etc.
Yes. So here, thank you. So here what's happening? His glories are spreading where? Everywhere. He is not sending WhatsApp message, please I'm doing this. No. Just by his activity which is known, his glory is spreading in 3 words. So if you are doing some seva selflessly, automatically our glory will spread. We don't have to go and tell everybody. I'm doing this, I'm doing this. We don't have to. Yeah, sometimes it takes time. Sometimes people say, I did something but nobody glorified, nobody talked about me. That's okay. We have to worry that how this glory is spreading. So in 3 words is spreading without doing any marketing. And then there is no marketing department. Right? So it's like that. Okay? Then let's talk about this. This is a detachment, very important point, but let's read. Yes, that's simple.
O Brahmana, the opulence of the king was so enchanting that the denizens of heaven aspired for it. But because he was absorbed in the service of the Lord, nothing could satisfy him except the Lord's service.
Yes, thank you. So here, very important point is there. In the Translation Prabhupada says, because he was absorbed in the service of the Lord, nothing could satisfy him except the Lord's service. So we have to be absorbed in serving Krishna and his devotees. Then all the other misery that you think about, I'm not doing this, I'm not getting this, or that, this will disappear. So this is a very important point. Now here, two things are there. Because he was busy in serving Lord Krishna, was he ignorant about his people in the society? No. He was equally taking care of them. He was equally. So there are 2 points which are there. One is talked about his detachment. Yudhishthira Maharaj was not attached. Attached to his position, attached to his kingdom, nothing of that sort. And at the same time, he was also responsible. He was very responsible in taking care of all his people in the kingdom. So, detachment doesn't mean I'm irresponsible. Oh, no, I'm a leader, but let them do their work. It's okay. I'm detached from my position. No, that's not correct. Detachment means from the position. Let's say tomorrow somebody, capable person comes, then I should be able to say, okay, please take over the position. I'm not attached to the position, but I will not leave because I am attached to this. That's not correct. That is attachment. But here we are talking about detachment means that I am responsible, but I am not showing away my responsibility. That is not detachment. People say, yeah, I am detached, so I am not doing anything. That's not correct. That is ignorance. Okay? And another point is about responsibility. What is responsibility? Responsibility is meant that just because I am responsible for these people, I am attached to all of them. That also not good. Okay? So responsibility does not equal to attachment, and detachment does not equal to irresponsibility. These things we should remember. Every leader should know this. Very important point to note. And Prabhupada mentions very beautiful point in the purport. So I'm going to read that. Prabhupada says that one who is hungry is never satisfied by anything food. Agree? If you are hungry, Major Lekat is coming next Thursday, so you'll be fasting. And then Thursday morning, breakfast is coming in the evening, then we say, Friday, no, we need prasad, we're hungry. Because only that can satisfy us, isn't it? But Prabhupada says very differently. Prabhupada says the real hunger is not for food. The real hunger in this world is not for food. Prabhupada says the whole material world is full of hungry living beings. Everybody is hungry. For what? The hunger is not for good food, shelter, or sense gratification. It is not for that. It is for what? It is for the spiritual atmosphere. You want to eat prasad. That's what we are hungry for. Not for eating in Domino's and Yelp, Yelp and saying, get me this. No, we are not for that. The hunger is actually for spiritual food, spiritual shelter, spiritual defense, and spiritual sense gratification. When we dance and do it in Kirtan, it is spiritual sense gratification. We are enjoying. That's good. Than dancing and going in some pub and bar. So this is better. So we have everybody is hankering for spiritual things. Okay. So, excuse me. So that's what it is. Because Prabhupada says, Lord Sri Krishna, and therefore one who has them cannot be attracted by the so-called food, shelter, defense, and sense gratification of the material world. See, if we have this, then we will not be attracted to anything else outside this spiritual realm that we are living in. Isn't it? So therefore we should be attached to the spiritual activity that we do every day. Then there will be no attraction for other things. Now let's talk about very beautiful thing is coming. Darshan in the womb. So now he's actually talking about Parikshit Maharaj's birth. He's actually talking about that. So yes.
O son of Bhrigu, Sonaka, when the child Parikshit, the great fighter, was in the womb of mother Uttara and was suffering from the burning heat of the Brahmastra thrown by Ashwadama, he could observe the Supreme Lord coming to him.
Yeah, right. Thank you. So here now he is actually answering the question. So after speaking so much, he took a big tour, speaking 4-5 shlokas, and now he's what actually. So is Sudha Goswami telling Shavana Rishi that what happened. So obviously we know Shura Brahmastra. Brahmastra was pointed at Parikshit in the womb, and what happened? So Parikshit Maharaj feeling very burning heat. Brahmastra is very hot, he just a lot of heat generated. And very precise. Just think about it. Brahmastra was sent to kill Parikshit Maharaj in the womb. It would not even hurt Uttara. That was the precision. Now, do we have any weapons like that? No. If you shoot, everybody will die. Whoever it is, isn't it? But this is like that. So precise. There's only a particular place it will go in. That's it. And destroy only that thing. Nothing beyond that. The bomb, even the civilian will die. Right? Isn't it? Casualty will be there everywhere. But it was not like that. So that's very advanced weapons were there at the time. So he observed that Supreme Lord coming to him. So how was the Supreme Lord? He coming in the next verse. So how was he in the shape and all that? So he had a darshan. Now people may say, how can somebody see Lord in the womb? Isn't it? Is that a question anybody has like that?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah?
Prabhu, like it's basically like, even though it's mentioned, but it's difficult to imagine like how
Yeah.
Lord become.
Good, yes. So that's why we have some reference. So let's see. There's a bhajan by Bhakti Thakur. Look at the second stanza. What is it? Janani jathare chilama kayan vishama bandhana pashe eka bara prabhu dikha diya more vanchile elina dase. He said, Prabhu, I saw you once and then you disappeared. Look at this translation. Second, can you please read because you have a question. Please read the second.
While still in the unbearable fetters of my mother's womb, I saw you before me, you revealed yourself, but briefly, and then abandoned this poor servant of yours.
Yeah. See, so every living entity, including all of us, we may or may not have darshan of Krishna, but we had experience in the womb. And we were praying, all of us have prayed in the womb, that Krishna, please take me out. This is very suffering place. This is like a hell. I don't want to take birth again. Please take me out. As soon as I come out, I'll make sure that I'll always remember you. I'll always serve you. And then as soon as you come out, Maya takes you. And then you forget Krishna. That's why Sukadeva Goswami did not want to come out of the womb. He was there 14 years. And Krishna has to personally intervene. No, I'll take care of it. I will ensure that Maya will not touch you. Then he came out. So, these are the evidences. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is considered to be seventh Goswami. He's a great Acharya in our Sampradaya. So he says this. So these words are really true. Right? Because if you sing Gaur Aarti, what he says in the last stanza, Bhakti Vinod Deke Gaurara Sampada. Means Bhakti Vinod is seeing Gaurara Sampada. We should not just read, what is seeing? What is he seeing? Bhakti Vinod Deke Gaurara Sampada. So Bhaktivinoda, that whole Gaur Aarti that we are singing, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is actually seeing it and then he has written that whole thing. It is not just like that he wrote something like that, the beautiful poetry. He's seeing and then writing those things. Right? So when we sing these bhajans and all that, we should absorb and say that how glorious this our acharyas are. That they are visualizing and then sharing that knowledge. We had no eyes to see this. We have no eyes to see this. But because Acharya is written, we can read and visualize. Maybe this is like this. Right? In our imagination also we cannot think like this. If you read Gaur Aarti, read the translation, and now try to visualize yourself. Can you visualize something like this for Gaur, for Mahaprabhu? Very difficult. But because Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote it, you can say, that's how it is. So we should always be very grateful, very, very grateful to that, and therefore we should be more sincere in our practice. Right? So, in this word, let's go to, and there are a few verses, but I will not go there. Like, we'll talk about Maya and all that. So, this is what our condition is, right? So, we are, Krishna Bhuli Sehi Jivanani Bahimu, Atava Maya Taya, Devi Samsara. Because we forget about Krishna, and then Maya will give a lot of miseries to all of us, and we suffer. We keep happening. This keep going on for birth after birth, birth after birth. right? So now let's talk about the Lord's features. Now, beautiful features of the Lord is coming. What Parikshit Maharaj saw is being described here. Okay, so let's read. Yes, Prabhu.
He, the Lord, was only thumb high, but he was all transcendental. He had a very beautiful blackish, infallible body, and he wore a dress of lightning yellow and a helmet of blazing gold. Thus he was seen by the child.
Jai. So, this is the description of Lord in the womb. How was it? How tall he was? Angustamatra. So here we can see. So this is the Angustamatra. It's a thumb height, only this much. Right? And obviously, regardless of his size, he is still transcendental. Oh, just because Krishna becomes small doesn't mean he is taken a material body. No, it's not like that. Right? Then he has very beautiful and blackish color. Blue is black, like gray cloud. That's how it goes. Then he had a crown also. Like when you have Laddu Gopal small, still he had a crown or no? You put a crown on that small Laddu Gopal also. So Krishna can have crown whatever size it is. It's mentioned in one of the class I was hearing. He says Krishna has got such an amazing ear that he can even hear the what is it called? Pile? What is it called?
Anklet.
Anklet. Yeah. That if an ant is wearing anklet and walking, Krishna can hear that. So Krishna means he can hear our prayers. That is the point in that. Then if you speak with the intense desire, Krishna will hear our prayers. Okay? So, yeah. So that's what. And then, what is his clothes was lightning. Like Pitambara, he wears yellow garment. Right? So it's very Pitambara. So you'll see that picture in the next one. So here is how he looks. Look at this. He's having crown, his bluish black color, he's Pitambara, all the stuff. So you can see Parikshit Maharaj having darshan of Vishnu in this. So what is his other name? Because he took darshan of
Vishnurat.
Vishnurat. Yes, very right. He's not Vishnurat. His name is Vishnurat also. Okay, so let's read this ninth one, which is discussion for today. Yes, you want to read?
The Lord was enchanted with 4 hands, earring of molten gold, and eyes blood red with a furry. As he loitered about, his club constantly encircled with like a shooting star.
Yeah. Thank you. So here, we have to read this verse. So let's recite this verse. Because this is a recitation for today. श्रीमद्दीर्घ चतुर्बाहुं
तप्तकाञ्चनकुण्डलं
शतजाक्षं गदापाणिं आत्मना सर्वतो दिशं परिब्रह्मन्तम्
उल्कालां
भ्राम्यन्तं गदामुहुः. So here, in this verse, the Lord's beautiful features are described. Now, question will come, did Krishna appear? Or he was there? He was already there or he manifested?
Both.
Both?
He manifested.
Uttara prayed to Krishna.
No, question is, Krishna was in the womb or he manifested when Brahmastra came?
He manifested.
He manifested. Okay, how many of them manifested? Let's take a vote. How many say he was present? You cannot be on either side. You have to be in one side, okay? So you have to raise your hand somewhere. So he was there. Okay, yes, he was there. He was always there. Why?
He's there everywhere.
Everywhere.
He is omnipotent.
Example?
Nishringadeva.
Yes. Prahlad Maharaj, when Hiranyakashipu says, is your Lord there? Yes, he is where is he? He is everywhere. Where? In this pillar? Yes. And he gives a feast. Yeah? Nothing comes. So he is everywhere. It's just we cannot see it. But he is there. Prabhupada writes in the Prabhupada also. He is there. Right? So, yes?
As a Paramatma, like
Yes.
he was there as a Paramatma.
No, he was there as a Paramatma in everybody's heart, but he is there in every atom also. Krishna is there in every atom, living and non-living entities. everywhere. So every atom, this made of millions and trillions of atoms, is there and everywhere. This is Krishna. So does it mean Krishna was not outside?
He was
No, he was outside also, but he was inside also. That is Krishna. Krishna can be omnipresent. He can be everywhere simultaneously doing multiple things. When you see Dwarka Lila, Narad Muni says Krishna is doing various things in every palace. He's someplace he's doing chess, somewhere he's offering some charity, somewhere he's doing some yajna, somewhere he's doing playing with the child. Everywhere he's doing this. So Narad Muni was really confused that what's happened. So Krishna is omnipresent, first of all. That we should keep in mind. Right? So here, in Bhagavad Gita 9.31, there is a short which says, what is that? Shittam bhavanti dharmatma. Right? It says, Konteya prati jani tame bhakti pranachati. Krishna says, my devotee will always be protected. Always. Always. So as a devotee, we should always. So what does it mean? Protection means what? Will you save our wealth, health? Will you save our job or PR request? What he will say? When you say Krishna will protect, what is our understanding? Yes.
Krishna also says that when someone becomes very dear to him, he takes away all their material possessions.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's right. It comes in the 11th canto. Here we are talking about what does protection mean to us. When say Krishna protects, what does it mean to all of us, all of you? Get respond.
That he
Yeah.
takes care of everything. And
Okay, what is in everything? Let us go detail.
Devotion.
Huh?
Devotion.
Okay, devotion. Let us say something.
he takes, like, he protects us so that we don't get deviated again and we go away from him. So
Okay.
we are always around him.
Okay.
In a way,
Yeah, it's like consciousness.
yes, consciousness.
Yeah. So actually, Krishna protects our consciousness, not wealth, not health. Because if Krishna was to protect, see, in this example, it's a Parikshit Maharaj. Krishna protected Parikshit Maharaj in the womb of Mother Uttara. But when he was cursed, Krishna did not protect him and allowed him to die in 7 days. So it's a contrast that Krishna protects and also doesn't protect. So confusing, isn't it? But actually Krishna protected his consciousness by making sure that 7 days he renounces, he ensures that Sukadeva Goswami meets him and he hears Bhagavatam and comes back to him. When Krishna wants Parikshit Maharaj to come back, you ruled for many years, now give it to Janmejaya and please come. He arranged this. So Krishna protected Parikshit Maharaj's consciousness so that he comes back to him. People may argue, he would have been a kingdom, he would have done, ruled for many more years. No. See, in our mind, we feel that Krishna should protect me in such and such way. And that's where all the problem happens. We pray in such a way and Krishna will answer in a different way. Like for example, we were hankering for seva. And when we were in Atlanta, the temple was very far. And every day going to the temple is so difficult because it takes like 45 minutes by car. And then somehow we came here. It was very cold. So we felt very miserable when we came to Canada. It's like so cold, and we came in the peak winter in last January. So cold. We have never seen this in our life. So what is going to happen? We are praying, Krishna, why have you brought us? Such a misery, places, everything is snow, white and all that. And then somehow we found apartment near temple, so now we can come every day. So it was very blissful. Right? So Krishna protected our conscience. Okay, I'll put you in this, but I'll put you in such a way you can come every day. So now he answered in a very different way. But initially we felt, what is happening? So Krishna answered our prayers. If they are genuine, they will answer. But the way he liked it. Not the way we want it. Normally we want things to go our way. But Krishna's plans are very different. Right? So that one. So here, in this purport, Prabhupada mentioned one verse. So I want you to tell me the verse from this English. Okay? From this, I'm going to read English, you will tell me the shloka. No one can kill a devotee of the Lord because he is protected by the Lord, and no one can save a person whom the Lord desires to kill.
What's the verse number?
What? Why this shloka? Which shloka you do?
Radha Krishna Hare Krishna.
Yes, very good. You should be able to reconcile all this, okay? That's how you should study. Our Prabhupada says that my book should be studied scrutinizingly, meaning you go word by word, understand. It may take years, that's okay. We are not here to finish graduation. We are here to go deeper into our spiritual progress. So that's what. So if Krishna wants to protect, nobody could kill. So Ashwatthama tried to kill, but Krishna protected. So Parikshit was saved. And then Parikshit Maharaj was to taken back to Godhead. Nobody could save him also. He ensured that he comes back, isn't it? So this is how the Krishna protects the devotee's consciousness. So don't think Krishna will say he will give me extension to my work permit, I'll stay here, or give me a PR card. That's not protection. This is material situation. Krishna may not give. If it is beneficial for you, Krishna will give you that. If it beneficial means spiritually beneficial. If not, Krishna will not. We know many of our prayers doesn't get answered, right? Because they're not spiritually really great. I know my prayers, they don't answer. So I know that I am asking the wrong thing. So we should understand Krishna's plan. Right? So he had a very beautiful body. So one important point is mentioned. What is it? Gada. Question for all of you. What is the name of this Gada?
Kaumudi.
Kaumudi. And there is a reference of Kaumudi Gada, and look at this. Krishna is so protective that he's in the womb, but he's still constantly moving the Gada with this. Can you imagine? He's there, he's such a small place, he says, nowhere he should come near to Prabhu. Right? It's such a funny thing. But look at his compassion for Parikshit Maharaj, and he's constantly moving Gada. He's saying constantly encircled. The Gada was constantly encircling Parikshit Maharaj so that he did not want to take even a chance that he should get hit from somewhere. How amazing. Look at the lot of protection, the love for the devotee. Right? Therefore, there is a lot of glories for this Gada. So we'll quickly see the glories and before we move to the next one. So here, Kaumudiki. So here is the Gada's name which is coming in. So Kapil Dev is telling, in the third canto, he says the yogi should meditate upon his club which is named Kaumudaki and is very dear to him. This club smashes the demons who are always inimical soldiers and is smeared with their blood. Varahadev came and hit with Gada. Who he killed?
Hiranyaksha.
Isn't it? So this is the example. Look at this. So this is how we can reference Bhagavatam and we can understand how beautiful it is. Right? Now we have a chat GPT and all that. You can just quickly search. Not for at least this kind of thing. If you can't find it, it's easily to do that. Then here again, Yamaraj is telling all the Yamdutas when they come back from they couldn't bring Ajamil. They're telling what happened. Did you do something wrong? Yamaraj is telling what is it? They are always, means the devotees are always protected by the club of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna will always protect us. So that's what it is. Right? So let's not go. There's too many references, but okay, I'll